Hey guys, so I'm back with another video and we have special guest. This boy! This boy is 4 months old and he's doing so much. You are such a big boy. Aren't you the biggest boy? The smilest boy ever. So, in my last video, my husband, let me push this down so you can see him. My husband made an appearance. And now we have the original, not original, the third, Adrian the third, because it's an empty house, just me and Trey. Adrian, his dad is at work. Bella is with her auntie, so I thought I would try to get this video in. Let me push this down a little bit more so you could see him. So, 4-month-old, lots of updates. I threw him a little bit of makeup, y'all. I tried, but I still have my like house clothes on. He's actually wearing this onesie I bought for Bella when she was like 6 months old, and he's 4 months old wearing 6-month clothing, and it fits him really good. So he's still a big boy. I'm gonna update you on what's been happening. So I'm just gonna go through my notes that I took. His sleeping has still been bad. Last I think I updated you, he went through a regression. He's still sleeping and waking up multiple times a night. Someone thought it might be teething, and I gave him like these homeopathic teething tablets, and it hasn't, they didn't really do anything. I have family members who are recommending me giving him a bottle with milk and baby cereal in it, which is super old school, which I haven't done. And part of the problem why he also doesn't sleep well is because he's starting to twist and turn a lot at night. So he's officially been able to roll from back to belly and belly to back. So I need to put him in his own crib, in his own room, and I've been trying to figure out how to do that because I have a really small house and I have a bedroom downstairs, a bedroom upstairs, and then Bella's room is upstairs too. But Bella is still in the habit of like climbing into my bed at least once or twice a night, even though I put her down in her bed and I'll put her back in her bed if she tries to climb in. But she's just attached to me, so nobody's really sleeping that great. And my husband works at night, so I'm trying to figure this situation out to try to get him sleep longer periods. So pretty much I'm at that point where I just have to feed him to get him to go back to sleep. But I think once he hits 6 months, my goal is with him eating solid foods, he will get a fuller and he sleep longer. I was considering maybe starting to give him solids at 4 months, but I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I waited till 6 months with Bella, and I want to be more prepared for it. I want to definitely start out with like the rice cereal and veggies, because I think with Bella, we did mainly fruit, or that's what she liked at first, and like she doesn't like vegetables, and I think if I try vegetables first, hopefully he'll be more inclined to eat them. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out a separate situation because he sleeps in a very small bassinet kind of swing, and I think he needs more of a crib, which we have a crib right here, but he only kind of like lays in there for short periods. I probably need to have him start to nap in the big crib. But again, the problem is his big crib is in his sister's room where I don't want him waking up. So I think I need to get a mini crib and move it into the room I'm sleeping in, which is next to Bella's room. Does that make sense? I'm just like talking out loud. So yeah, ideally we can get him in another, in his own space, and keep Bella in her own space. And hopefully both of them will sleep through the night. But I'm just trying to survive, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to survive. I just don't want to co-sleep with him like I did with Bella. And there have been times lately where I've had to just like try to, instead of breastfeeding him upright, I put him down and lie next to him and breastfeed with him sleeping down, because that seems to calm him down, especially like at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. when I really am like deliriously tired. But I don't want to just sleep with him in the bed, which I did with Bella, because I feel like that's just going down that road that I don't want to. And I still think he's young enough where he doesn't really have a set sleeping pattern in that sense. So y'all, if you have tips, let me know. You know, try not to make the same mistakes I did with Bella with sleeping, but I also think he is a different baby. So yeah, I want to talk about, we did have a weekend away. Me and my husband went to a family trip to Virginia to go to a wedding, and we didn't bring the kids because there are no kids allowed under 10 or something, which was fine. I left them with my parents. I felt bad for my parents though because they were delirious. Like, I have a little camera I can check in the living room and Bella's room, and they looked like zombies. And my dad said, like, the first night we were gone, he literally slept 1 hour. So he took care of the baby the first night, and my mom was with Bella because Bella, again, she likes, you know, has me usually, but she doesn't want my dad. If she wakes up in the middle of the night, she wants my mom. So they were both delirious. So we were only gone for 2 nights, but I think my parents were like ready for us to come back. And then they stayed for another week, and then my brother came into town to visit and meet the baby for the first time. So it was a busy week. I was really glad to get away, and I had a great time. I have a vlog up, which I'm trying to upload, so it might be right before or after this of that weekend. But it was great just being kid-free. And I just left breast milk frozen that I had on reserve from like when I was pumping a lot in the beginning, and I pumped while I was gone. And I froze it in our little mini freezer in our hotel room, and I brought it back. So yeah, my brother and the baby got along really well. It's super cute how he loves his niece and nephew. Do you see how he's scratching his head? I'll get into that in a second. So we had Christmas. Christmas was great. Bella was really into it this year from like November on, like ready to go do all the Christmas things. It was his very first Christmas. I have some really cute outfits of him, which I'll show. In his first Christmas gear, he even went to go see Santa. But of course he doesn't know what's going on, so honestly I didn't get him anything for Christmas. I didn't do that with Bella the first time either. I'm a very practical, frugal person. He got money from family, which I put into his bank account. He got a few little toys, and he was fun. You know, Bella definitely got more presents because she's in the spirit and enjoying all that Christmas cheer. But yeah, Christmas was good. We had to host family last minute, like talking about literally the day before Christmas Eve. We found out my sister-in-law has COVID, so all of the things are usually at her house. So my mother-in-law and her husband had to come stay here, and then we had all the festivities at my house, which my house is tiny, and I had to do last minute cleaning. It was very stressful. We had to put together a last minute like holiday meal, but we survived and everybody had a great time. But I'm just a little bit tired from that, but we are now recovering. Bella's off from school this week because of the holiday, so we're just kind of like chilling in the house, trying to find ways to entertain each other. Now that I'm used to her being in part-time preschool, the days are long of having her home again. But luckily, I have aunties who live in Atlanta who kind of get her from time to time. I mentioned that he is rolling over. He's also starting to sit up, which I'm like, this is definitely one of those pandemic babies, because I know Bella didn't start sitting up till she was like 6 months old. And he's making the motions of doing a little bit of a crawl when he's on his belly. So this boy is on it. Like, he is about to be giving us a run for our money. I took him to his doctor for his 4-month appointment. He's 15 pounds, 1 ounce, big boy. Growing. See how he scratches his head like that? At first I thought it might be an ear infection, not an ear infection. Teething, she said it's early to be teething, though I think he's pre-teething. But she said he was kind of dry, so I've been doing her recommendation of putting a little bit of tea tree oil and like olive oil or aquaphor or some kind of oil in his head to keep him moisturized. And I noticed he rubs his head less, but I have to do it multiple times a day, as well as on his body, because she said if he was a little dry, and on babies that little bit of dryness can turn to eczema if you're not careful. So I did notice that has helped, but thank God it's not an ear infection, because I was like a little paranoid about that, because I cleaned his ears out and there was a lot of stuff in there, but I think it's because I never really cleaned his ears super good. Which you don't really do that when they're baby. You just kind of wipe them with a cloth. But I really was like, I cleaned out a lot of like probably old soap and water and stuff like that. He also, his bumps on his face have finally cleared up. Thank God. That was like, lasted more months than I thought. So his face is clear, but he's getting like little rashes on his body. I think it's like heat rash or whatever. He just has sensitive skin. So I put hydrocortisone over the counter and it seems to be fine. That's what the doctor said. And continue to moisturize him. So besides that, he is extremely engaged, very smiley, super, super cute. Look how he's able to kind of stand up with his own leg strength. He's just a good baby. He's a good baby. He definitely has his fussy moments. You can see where he kind of scratched his little head bald right there. So, yeah, I don't know. His hair is starting to get even more curlier. And he's definitely a very sweet little boy. I have to change his bib 3 times a day because he has so much drool and he always has a big blowout every single day with poop, right? At least once a day where you have to change your whole outfit. So besides that, it's okay. Like I said, he's a very calm baby for the most part. Sometimes he has his moments, but you're such a good boy. Are you the best baby ever? Are you the best baby ever? He loves to laugh. So update on me. I am still losing hair, postpartum hair loss. I try to just comb it out at least like in the morning and evening and just like get rid of all the fallout essentially, and just throw the big clump away. But I keep my hair up because I don't want it falling all over the place. I got an IUD put in a couple of weeks ago, about 6 weeks ago, and I'm still having spotting every single day, which is so annoying. I have to wear like a pad every day, but hey, ain't trying to have another baby right now, okay? This is honestly probably the last baby, to be honest. So I got the IUD so Adrian wouldn't have to get a vasectomy. Hopefully it works. I am still working out, so I haven't started my plan of doing like keto again, because my concern is that I don't want to lose my breast milk supply because I'm exclusively breastfeeding him. I only pump if I'm like away, so he eats so much that I'm nervous about that. So I'm just working out in the meantime, trying not to overdo it, even though I have been indulging because of Christmas. Like we have leftovers and cake and stuff like that, but I'm not too stressed out about it. I'm not trying to buy a lot of new clothes though, because I hope to lose at least 10 pounds. 10 to 20 would be my goal to get back where I was before pre-pregnancy. So yeah, that's it. This little man is such a joy. He is a lot at times, but totally a joy. So this is little Trey. This is my baby boy. This is my baby boy. And he is just growing so fast. And he's so loving. He loves to play with his sister. He watches her. He giggles with her. Bella is so good to him. So we're really blessed that it's working out. So yeah, that is it for my 4-month update. You want to say anything? You want to say anything? Do you want to say something? Do you want to say something, little man? I should put a bib on you because you're already starting to wet your... You're already starting to wet your shirt. Ay, you're so heavy. So heavy. So heavy. Alright, y'all. My back. I'm telling you, he is heavy. Me and Adrian both have sore backs. So yeah, that is it for our 4-month update. We will see you guys on the next one. Ciao, Bellas.